Hey everybody, Jeff aka Jakers here. Welcome to another episode of Black Site Files from Unsolved Mysteries. Tonight's topic is Edward Bell. He was wanted for the murder of Larry Dickens. The case originally aired on Unsolved Mysteries on December 2nd, 1992. I did an Unsolved Mysteries commentary which was originally uploaded. The date was July 20th, 2019. That is right. It is a 2-year anniversary of that case for me. The case status is gladly that this case has been solved and the black site file has been redacted. Let's get started, shall we? Okay. Now, Edward Bell, this is a piece of shit that I think, holds a special place in my heart because of the fact that it takes a certain kind of coward to shoot somebody who is trying to protect other people. But it makes that person even worse in my eyes when that person that he shot is already dying, and then he comes over and literally, just like an animal, points a gun and shoots him. Oh, I am not sad that this piece of shit is dead. I know people are going to say, oh, that's kind of harsh. He was a person after all, and that's one of the flaws I see with this. Just want to make sure. One of the flaws I see with this society is that we are tending to show more and more compassion to criminals. And that just can't be, ladies and gentlemen. This guy, when he was finally captured, was living the high life. He was actually prospecting for gold. It isn't like he was living in a room petrified that he was going to be captured. No, he was trying to make money. And explain to me how it is that we should feel bad that he is now dead? Fuck that. Okay, so this is the Unsolved Mysteries Wiki. Do I like... Fuck no, I don't like fucking ads. Get that shit out of here. How can I get rid of these ads? Let's see here. This piece of shit's name was Edward Harold Bell. Alias is Cecil Bodditt. Oh, and Wally. Oh, Wally, that really makes him cool, huh? Fuck off. He is wanted for murder. He was missing since October 1978, but thankfully this piece of shit was captured and now is dead. Now, if you are new to this series, I'm not going to play the Unsolved Mysteries commentary video or the base Unsolved Mysteries video. I'm just going to read this and then see if there was any updates from the time that I last did the Unsolved Mysteries case. Spoiler, there isn't. He's dead. But I thought I would still, Case. Details. Hold on. Is there a way that I can put a thing to auto read this? Read loud. I'm just curious here. Hold on, let me. I don't want to risk doing a read aloud because I'm not sure if it'll be captured on the recording. So let's just. Details. Edward Harold Bell is wanted for the brutal 1978 murder of 26-year-old Larry Dickens. His criminal record stretched all the way back to 1969. Charges against him include aggravated rape and indecent exposure to children. Larry was a youth counselor who had been in the Marines. He was married and had a young daughter. In 1978, or in the summer of 1978, he went to stay with his mother, Dorothy, and sister Donna, in Pasadena, Texas. On August 24th, 1978, Larry was cutting the lawn while Dorothy was washing dishes in the kitchen. She watched as a red pickup truck pulled up to and parked in front of their house. She then saw Bell get out naked from the waist down. She immediately called the police as he walked up to a group of children playing in the street. When Larry came inside, she told him about Belle. In order to prevent him from escaping, Larry took the keys out of his truck. See, now this is where I would have done something a little bit different. Now, no, I understand why Larry did what he did. We all have different ways of doing it. My mom comes up to me and points out, goes, "Hey, that sick fuck over there is, doing, exposing himself to kids." I may get the keys, but that'd be after I give the guy a severe beating. I mean, I would have beat the living shit out of him, just leaving him enough to still live. I think honestly, if Larry did that, I'm not shitting on Larry at all. He went about the way he thought was best to handle the situation. And to that I congratulate him, he's a good man and everything. I just think I would have dealt with him differently, and if need be, that fucking street would have run red with this Edward Bell's blood. When he refused to give it back, Bell shot him several times with a pistol. Larry managed to run into the garage where he collapsed into Dorothy's arms, but Bell came in demanding his keys. When Larry gave them to him from his pocket, Bell put the gun to his forehead and shot him while he was being held in Dorothy's arms. The motherfucker could have just left. No, this is why I say time in and time out, you have to be as fucking cruel to these criminals as they are. The way society is nowadays is that we're fucked. They have it in their mind that we have to be better. We have to show that we're better than the criminals. Fuck that. You're either good or you're bad. Eye for an eye. Maybe if we start doing it that way, shit would be different in this world. But no, we gotta show them that we're better than them. We gotta give them fucking prisons to live in. We gotta give them fucking 3 hots and a cot to sleep on. Let's see here. Where did I leave off? Bell went out to his truck as Dorothy went back to the kitchen to call in an ambulance. Larry struggled to his feet and walked a short distance before collapsing on the driveway. Bell eventually came back with a high-powered rifle and shot Larry several more times. At the same moment, Donna, I keep wanting to say Donna returned home from school and saw Bell with it. She positioned her car in front of his truck to prevent him from escaping. However, he backed down the street and drove away. Bell tried to escape, but he was noticed by police trying to leave the scene. After a high-speed chase, he was cornered in a cul-de-sac. He tried to fire at one of the officers, but fortunately his rifle jammed. Thank God, at least nobody else died that day. Let's see here. I'm trying. I should have marked where I was. Okay, right. He was caught within 20 minutes. He was brought back to the scene and was identified as the shooter by Donna, who then tried to attack him for killing Larry. I don't blame her. Fuck, if I was there with her, I would have jumped him also. I'm sorry, I am not the type of person that looks favorably among murderers. This guy shot him in the street, he shot him in the garage, and then he basically executed a guy who was, dying already, for people to see. This guy was a bad person, and because of that, he needed to be punished. Let's see here. The extreme brutality of this case has never been explained. Why does it need to be fucking explained? Why do we need to hear what his goddamn reasons is? He was a fucking piece of shit who deserved to be captured. We don't need to understand why people do the bad things that they do. We deserve to punish them. Because the thing is, by us trying to understand why they do what they do, They're going to try to worm their way inside your head and try to make you feel bad for them. Let's see here. Despite the violent nature of the crime, Bell was released 2 months later on bail. This right here is why I hate our fucking justice system. You kill somebody, you should not be allowed to have even a chance at freedom. Well, he needs to go to court. Yeah, he should go to court, but he should have been fucking stuck in jail until then. I hate that. I hate the whole concept of bail and plea bargains. That shit needs to go away. Let's see here. He did not show up for his hearing. Big fucking shocker. He has remained at large ever since. Let's see here. Bell has reportedly seen only once since then. He broke into a Bryan, Texas home on September 6, 1984, and threatened a young mother, whom we will call Sue, with a knife as she put makeup on in her bathroom. After being stabbed, she began to fight back, fearing for her children's safety. Forcing him out of the bathroom, she grabbed a gun and she had in her nightstand and chased him out of the house. Sorry. I give that lady props. Good going, Sue. The sad thing is that too bad she didn't have like a fucking AR, and that he could feel the way that poor Larry felt as he gunned him down. She could have gunned him down as he was trying to be a chicken shit running to his truck. Let's see. However, he was able to get away. Cockroaches always do. Fortunately, Sue was not seriously injured. 4 months later, while looking through a newspaper, she saw an article about Bell and realized that he was her attacker. This is believed to have been his last known sighting. Extra notes. This case first aired on December 2nd, 1992 episode. Matthew McConaughey, this was his first TV acting role. He portrayed Larry in the reenactment, and he made a short documentary series called The 11, about 11 young women Bell claimed to have murdered. Now that I don't recall them mentioning that before on the Unsolved Mysteries. The fact is, if this is true, then he should have been put down like the rabid animal that he is. Or was, because he's thankfully fucking dead now. Results captured. Thanks to tips from 2 viewers, Bell was arrested in Panama City, Panama on February 14th, 1993. At the time, he was prospecting for gold. Gold on land that he owned. So like I said, it isn't like he was fucking Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein hiding in the ground fearing for his fucking life. No, he was off fucking panning for gold and having a good old time. Let's see here. According to one of the viewers, he had lived there for about 10 years. He was extradited back to the United States to face first-degree murder charges. He was convicted and sentenced to 70 years in prison. How is it fucking 70 years he got? This is fucking Texas. You would think that those motherfuckers would have put him to death. Another mistake of our goddamn judicial system. He was convicted and sentenced to, he was eligible for parole in January 2013, but was denied. At least somebody has a fucking brain. On April 20th, 2019, he died in prison from undisclosed causes at age 82. You know, it's kind of fucking sad that these pieces of shit get more dignity and protection and privacy than the victims that they inflict, harm on. I want to know what this piece of shit died from. I'm hoping that he was shanked while he was in the shower or something at the prison that he was in. That would have been fair fucking justice, that they shanked him and he bled out. But no, we gotta be nice and protecty, and give him privacy because he deserves dignity in death. Fuck that. Bell is currently considered a suspect in several murders in the 70s, including those of Rhonda Johnson and Sharon Shaw. He has given multiple chilling confessions from prison, eventually claiming in 2011 that he was actually responsible for 11 murders, calling the victims were the 11 that went to heaven. He claims a brainwashing program forced him to be a flasher. Bullshit. Bull's fucking shit. I'm calling shit on that. Nah, he is a sick fuck who liked to diddle little kids. Let's see, forced him to be a flasher, to rape girls, and ultimately kill them. After his death, many of the victims' relatives stated that they believed he was responsible for their deaths. However, no charges were ever filed against him in those cases. Sadly, Dorothy passed away in 2012. I feel bad for Dorothy. She did not live long enough to see this piece of shit die. But I am hoping that, if you're a religious person, I am hoping that he is burning in whatever hell you believe in. Regarding, regarding the victims, I think his family should be made to pay. That's right. His family should be located and they should be made to pay punitive damages, fucking give money out the fucking nose to these people that he killed and everything. Okay, let's see here. Now we are going to, let's back out of this. We are now going to go to Dean Dickens's Find a Grave. Okay, the date of birth was February 28th, 1952, in Houston, Harris County, Texas. The date of death was the 24th of August, 1978. This poor guy was only 26 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's just do some quick math. See, let's say 2021 minus 1952. If poor Larry was still alive, he would have lived to be 69 years old this year. Let's just keep that in mind. This guy, he could have been a grandfather at this period, point in his life, and had, grandchildren and everything. But no, he had to be killed, and then the justice system failed him. But Jeff, they eventually captured him. I don't give a flying fuck that they eventually captured him. They had a duty to not give this guy parole, and they gave him, or bail, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. They let him off. And that is what's wrong. Let's see, burial is at Grand View Memorial Park in Pasadena, Harris County, Texas, USA. Let's take a look at the photos. What do we have here? Okay, we have a photo of Larry. And let's take a look at his final resting place. Larry D. Dickens, and it has his date of birth and date of death. Now, it has something here in the middle of his tombstone. I'm wondering if this is like for flowers or something, because, granted, it does have flowers, out the side. But I'm wondering if this is like for a vase or something. I don't know anything about tombstones, but that's the only thing I could figure. Okay, let's look at flowers. And a lot of it's just, people giving their condolences and leaving flowers. And as always, I am going to do that also. So let's leave a flower. Let's leave an orchid. Larry may have been taken too early, but at least his killer has been apprehended and justice, albeit lengthy, has been served. May Larry find peace with his mother and family there. And let's go to the memorial main page. Let's see here. We have looks like both of his parents are now dead. Raymond Edward Dickens, what must have been his father. He died born 1922 to 2008, and his mother Dorothy Marie Hubert Dodson, born 1927 to and died 2012. I'm shocked it doesn't mention his sister. I'm just curious. Maybe she may be mentioned here. It only says has Larry as a child, but he had a sister. That's kind of weird. Okay. But that, ladies and gentlemen, is the case of Larry Dean Dickens, or well, Edward Bell. Larry Dean Dickens was, a good Samaritan who tried to do what was right, and he ultimately was murdered by a piece of shit. And ultimately, the two real takeaways for this is that Edward Bell should hopefully is rotting in hell, and that the justice system failed at the beginning of this. Right after that they arrested him. But what do I know? What do I know? I'm just a small time YouTuber who just, maybe overly opinionated. But that is it for the black site, ladies and gentlemen. I hear the alarm in the background. The black site is getting ready to close up once more. That vault door is starting to close. But don't worry. Soon enough, that door will open up again, and I will give you my thoughts on another case that I've covered. Until next time, this is Jeff, aka Jeekers, wishing you all a good day. Good night, everybody.